Whew. Okay. Okay. Shake it loose. Shake it loose. Built some models. Had some dinner. Watched someone who's way better at this tactical shit than me for a couple of episodes. Had a shit week, but keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep on rolling, rolling, rolling. Beginning of the new week, we've picked up someone off of the personnel market. Rungaldier. Roderick Rungaldier came in as a mechanic, our first mechanic, and actually someone who can maintain or repair some of the vehicles we get, which mostly is going to be used for making some of them shinier. But in this campaign, I would like to do a little bit of mixed unit stuff if possible, so I'll see if I can't find a couple specimens that are worth keeping. Not hovercraft. Hovercraft are fine and all for some purposes, but they just can't stand up to fire worth a damn. Big, thick tanks. That's what I like. Probably won't run into any VTOLs because I've disabled those for Mech HQ. The bot really doesn't know how to use VTOLs and will just constantly slam them into mountains, so that's just kind of embarrassing. In any case, in addition to new personnel, let's see what we've got in the briefing room. We've got something today. Right off the bat, we've got an enemy coming at us. Looks like that's our only one for the week, though. Central Lance finally getting a stand-up fight. We've got a simple stand-up fight. Destroy 50% of them before they destroy 50% of us. Pretty awesome. Let's see here. What do we got coming in for us? Griffin and a Phoenix Hawk. The Lyrans are finally coughing up some mediums for an actual fight. Well, maybe we're starting to earn a little bit of respect amongst them. We've got now we've got Big Sky who's undeployed. They're still in the scout role, so they might be able to come in on reinforcements. Let's see. Now they'd need to get a 5 or a 6 to come in. So let's just roll that die and see what. 6. We've got them coming in. All right. So this is probably some of the best that we could hope for. And it looks like the enemy doesn't have reinforcements, so we're going to be able to probably outweigh them. But let's see what the enemy's bringing. Alright, so I guess the Draconis are starting to feel that pinch after their morale started to drop. This is a double strength vehicle lance, sending in heaviest thing is a Saladin assault hover tank. 3 vedettes, 4 vedettes, 5, 6 vedettes, and a Pegasus scout. Well, easy wins at least. I guess don't get too cocky. Don't get too cocky yet, but uh, I was really hoping for some good mech salvage off of that. Well, okay. So Saladin is a problem, but we should nuke it right off the bat. The vedettes, they can plink away at range, but we've got some good range with central, so we can plink right back. The Pegasus isn't heavily armed as far as I can remember. It's pretty much kind of intended to be, well, a scout. And really, that's all the enemy's got going for him. Some of these vedettes, instead of the standard, are armed with AC2s. I can't remember what exactly that means that they're uh, all armed with. Looks like, okay, so they bring an SRM2 instead of an SRM2 and an AC2 instead of just a AC5. So they're designed to punch a little closer, but still, that's not a significant amount of damage to fret about. Um, in any case, uh, terrain that we're looking at, flatlands, well, honestly, that works out really well for me. Central Lance is a long-range lance, and so the flatter the land, the better. Some trees works just fine for me. That's a little bit of cover to take, but hopefully not much. Map size is fine. Daylight clear. Wind's a strong gale, but we can't do anything about that tactically, so that'll mess with our rockets a little bit, but we've got a lot of heavy lasers coverage in Central Lance, so that should be good. Well, occasionally it's nice to go club sealing, especially, no, seal clubbing, whichever. It's nice to do a little bit of comp stomping right after we've had a rough week. So let's just go ahead, get these guys in as reinforcements, and we will touch ground and wipe out a bunch of vehicles. Let's get started. looks like Mech HQ already has the right idea. Our squad is deploying before round 6, so it'll be coming in right when it should. Standard deployment for anything that's coming in is going to be speed of the mech, 12 turns, minus speed of the mech, -1 per tactics. So that's 1 for the tactics of the Lance Leader. All of these mechs have 5. You'll notice that we replaced the Urban mech with a Hornet. Hornets took another look at it. They're pretty heavily armored for a 20-ton mech and undergeared to only operate at speed 5. So they're kind of, big walking metal armored tin cans, kind of like a slightly faster Urban mech. They don't have that AC-10, but they got enough to make them worth bringing. So I decided to swap that out finally. Puts us a little extra under tonnage, but hey, what you gonna do? And of course, our Central Lance, the Stalker, the Ostsal, the Dervish, and the Trebuchet are all ready, getting ready to deploy to the field. Let's see what we can do against all of these vicious tanks. Mixed deployment. Mixed deployment. We've still got our Ostsal deploying last, which is nice. But, yeah, mixed deployment. Okay, I'm down with this. I like this. Oh, okay, interesting. It's going to be... Uh, this is a lot of frontage to cover, but I don't particularly mind that. Probably still best to cluster our guys up. Generally where, though? Well, this clump of trees right here seems like it'd provide enough cover for us to hunker everyone into, and then we can just kind of work our way up or down depending on where the enemy deploys. So we'll go ahead and put the Dervish. Dervish I want to kind of hold back because of all the mechs, even though it's, should be tough enough to take what the enemy's dishing, because of those 4 ammo crates, it's just going to be potentially dangerous for it. Through armor criticals are a thing, and you never know when one of them's going to hit a sensitive spot. So we'll just try to keep them back and only deploy them when we feel like they're not going to take a lot of shots. Stalker I want front and center, getting right up into that forest ASAP, uh, pounding into that tree line and taking it front and center. I want him at the front, and I want him putting shots on chumps, shots on chumps. Enemies deploying up here with me, mostly. Looks like they've deployed two of their vedettes down here as well, but they'll just kind of cruise up here. Point of this is to knock out 4 of their units before they knock out. We've got 6 total, 3 of ours. I think we should be able to do that. There's that Saladin. We'll want to put shots on it ASAP. Trebuchet, yep, just position it to get into that forest and take cover. And same with the Ostsal. Ostsal has movement 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just have to run to get into that cover, but that's all handy dandy, fine and dandy. And our allies are deployed somewhere. Missed that. Ho ho. Okay, we've schooled them in initiative. Hard. All of their shit has to move before any of our shit moves. That's pretty much the best you can ask for in initiative. So show me where you're gonna go. Show me especially where that Saladin's gonna go. There it is. Alright. So now, as I recall, the Saladin has a fixed front weapon AC-20. Yeah. So it's entirely possible that if we chug it enough, we won't even be able to be hit by that with most of our mechs. I think the Stalker is gonna be in the line of fire no matter what, but as long as we can get it into this heavy cover and face forward, the Stalker is tough enough to take it. I mean, look at this bad boy. Front armor 36, 25, 22, 22, 29, 29. Only thing that could even get through armor is a shot straight on the head. And, well, I don't want to tempt fate. So, that can still happen, but let's just hope not, alright? Anyway, I want him just pounding straight up in... Oh, well, shit. Okay, right. Slowed down by those light woods, can't quite get into the heavy, but That's still 3 squares of movement and into light. That should be good enough to help avoid the worst from that assault hover tank. Get in there. Our allies are moving up. They might be the target. So this Griffin, uh, medium mech, looks like it's going to be taking on the 2 Vedettes down here. I'm pretty sure he can handle that. Phoenix Hawk is going to help me engage these guys up here. Pretty sure that should be fine. Alright, Dervish. Dervish, you got jump jets, right? Yeah, not a hell of a lot. Mostly I just want to make sure that you won't interrupt the trebuchet's movement wherever you go. So let's see how far you could walk. You could park yourself right back here. Just you'll have to deal with cover, but the enemy will have to take deal with cover from you. For this trebuchet, we've been looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if I've remembered this correctly. So we could move it all the way forward. We could even hold it back a bit. So probably what I'll want to do, just park him here. He'll have to deal with some, cover nonsense, but back here he should still be able to see the some of the vedettes, and he can still get eyes on that Pegasus, or that Saladin. Trebuchet, book it up to this 6. That'll give it 2 forests worth of cover and move 4 squares. So that's a -4 right there. And also, I'm pretty sure all of these guys are going to be at minus medium range. The AC2, maybe not. I can't remember how long that thing is. Yeah, the AC2 has a respectable range, but I don't think that the AC5 has quite the same. Yeah, so AC2 will be taking accurate shots at it, but it's a plink. It does like 3 damage per shot, maybe 2. Can't quite remember, but it's not huge. Nothing to really poop yourself about. I mean, headshots still a thing, but I don't think that'll be a problem. But yeah, move forward up there. And Osal, I do want you kind of front and center, just being able to put shots on those chumps, or help out with the Saladin, just whatever I think is appropriate. All right, Stalker. How hard has this Saladin made it for you to hit? Okay. So the Saladin hauls ass. That is one thing it has going for it. At a flank speed of 11, it's got a 4 mod just off of being there. And unfortunately is just outside of our large laser range. Now that should put it just inside of our best LRM range, but unfortunately we've got a strong gale that's messing with that. So we don't have good shots on this guy except with our large lasers. But once again, this is the yeah, that's SRM 6s are going to be trouble during this. But this is our big old stalker, and it's going to tell him to get out of here because it can manage to fire off so much of this stuff in a single turn. The question is, do I want to focus the Stalker on that Saladin or put him on the Pegasus? He's just as good at nuking either. What do you got, Pegasus? What do I need to be worried about? You are packing 2 SRM-6s. That's a little heavier than I remembered, so you are going to potentially be a problem if not for the fact that we've got this strong gale, so most of your stuff is completely irrelevant. I think I'm safe to pretty much ignore you and instead focus down on that Saladin. Just make sure it's removed from the field and I don't have to worry about it. So let's put shots on chumps, large lasers, and then enough medium lasers to pretty much hit near 30. Beautiful. All the large lasers, all the medium lasers, just frame, 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 frame. Knock it down. Alright. Dervish, you are going to have a hard time pretty much no matter what, because you're very much a missile boat, and you're kind of fugged on missile boating this time around. You're not going to be able to hit shit over here. You can just barely get shots over here. Fire your medium lasers, but I'm sorry, Genie. You can't. You're not going to be able to. Well, make a wish. Yeah, that was real clever. Oh yeah, I feel good about that pun. Anyways, over here Once again, that wind is going to fuck up a lot of our long-range stuff. And we can't get good shots at that. So really, we've kind of custom built ourselves to only be able to shoot at this Saladin. So I guess we're just shooting at this Saladin. We're gonna try to make him have a bad day. Pew pew pew. Now our Osal might be a slightly different story. It's got large lasers that give it a little bit of range to work with, and although it wouldn't have any good shots in the Saladin because of movement and woods blockage, it does have some pretty good shots in all these vedettes. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the guy who's furthest away, just in order to try to knock out furthest people first. We don't have great shots, but we can take a fair number of them. Both of those large lasers will only give us 2 heat buildup, so that's a good start to things. Let's see how we did. You dirty son of a bitch. Well, this is exactly what I said. The okay, so Vedette miss, Vedette miss, Vedette miss. They got nothing. That Saladin does get off a good shot. Managed to hit our stalker right in the left torso with that AC-20. That strips 20 points of armor, but hey, our stalker can take that. It's an assault mech. It is a laser boat. AC-2, no hit. Fucking 9. And the very first laser from our stalker renders the vehicle immobile twice, and then just kind of lets him grind into the ground. He's going to get abandoned, and hell, he's not even that damaged. We stripped off all the armor on his left side, but that might be a tank that we take more or less in pristine condition, apart from some boiled off armor. I mean, with our new mechanic, that's possibly going to be worth some money. Either that or we strip the AC-20 out of it. Never know when you need one of those. What do our allies do? They put some damage on a Vedette. Not bad. Tough shots all around. And of course all of our 12s and 10s miss, but that's alright. The strong gale's going to make piloting a little more difficult, and even our experienced Captain Koby still gets pretty close to being knocked on his ass, but he manages to teeter that houseboat all the way back over. We're solid. Our primary threat on this battlefield has been taken out. Now, because Captain Koby's taken that hit on his side, that means he does have a 5 armor slot on one of those torsos. So we don't want to expose him to a hell of a lot of fire. Lucky shots could focus on that and cause him some real damage. But I still don't think that's terribly likely. We've got... most of them have to move except for 2 of their vedettes, so we'll leave that alone and just wait to see what they do. Our allies are figuring out their moves. The Saladin's been abandoned, just like I predicted. I could just scoot up into this cover, take it, and then start laying down some pretty excellent shots. So, what do we got on... Your LRM is going to have trouble hitting anything regardless, although, that's in perfect range for that Pegasus. And that's within medium range of that Pegasus. So maybe we'll go ahead and put you in position to pick on that Pegasus. Yeah, just a quick bump up to get you into heavy cover. Dervish, I'm still a little nervous about you, but one thing that you can do is kind of... this Pegasus, well, it has a turret, if I remember correctly, so don't want to rely on that too hard. If we kind of just rely on the cover to help you out, you could probably put some shots downrange on these vedettes. It looks like some of these haven't moved yet, though. Yeah, these are the 2 vedettes that we don't know how they're going to move yet. But we probably, well, if we can move up to this line, we've got actually some good LRM hits on it. And that would only take us up to 4. Yeah, we're going to expose the Dervish a bit. Go ahead and let it start taking some shots. The Osal is going to I'm currently debating whether the Osal should just go and start getting mixed up. The Osal isn't the heaviest armored heavy around, especially on its arms, but, you know, here's the trick. It doesn't have anything in its arms. Its arms are entirely for show. They're just like little shields. Their whole point is to just sit there and take shots and be like, haha, you wasted shots on my arms, you dumb idiot. So we could get that up close in brawling range. Start taking some kicks, start dishing out some medium lasers, and even if it starts to get flanks on it, it's got rear lasers. Surprise! I think this Osal needs to just get tangled in. Sergeant Zero, or Lieutenant Zero, of course. You are the hero that X Company requires. Won't be able to quite figure out where these vedettes are going. So the question is, it's -2, -1 from walking. Just straight up running doesn't provide any worse of a penalty. So we're just gonna run straight up and pick on this vedette. We're gonna focus everything on it and then probably step on it. Come here, you. Alright, who's next? The Draconis are figuring it out. That guy moved into my firing arc. What's this guy gonna do? He's turning around and he's like, oh, I think we left the stove on back at the base. See you later, guys. By the way, 1 out of 4. Just remember, 1 out of 4. We don't want to get too greedy here. I've seen some house rules for against the bot that's like once you achieve the objective or the enemy achieves the objective against you, you have to actually finish out the game by retreating. That sounds like something that could get us in a lot of trouble, especially like on that last match where we were forced to retreat against a enemy that had us pinned down in a nasty situation. But I don't know. I might consider that for the future. But that might just be because I'm a greedy fuck and I know how this is going to eventually all pan out. In any case, it's time for us to move this trebuchet. I'm real happy with where the trebuchet is, I think. It's got LRM fire that isn't super great, but you know, it's within range of people. Come to think of it, if we just kind of scoot it up here, it's also got decent LRM shots on that Pegasus, and Pegasus has got no cover. Yeah, I think we're gonna move here. All right, our and friend figures out. Saladine's down. All right, Stalker. How are you going to bully today? We've got the Pegasus over here, and that was our original bully target. It's outside of good range for the medium lasers, but our uh, captain makes things look easy. We have excellent large laser shots on a lot of things, especially on that Pegasus. Honestly, I think we're going to let Captain Koby bully this Pegasus, and everyone else pick new targets. Just one each. We're going to try to knock these guys out proper. So, or at the very least, we'll weaken a bunch of them so that maybe on the turn that we actually go to seize victory, we can knock out a bunch of things before the end of game. Take home a little extra salvage. So, large laser, large laser, and as many mediums as you can eat, all downrange, all trying to strip away and go for crits on that thing. Done. Dervish, what do you have shots on? Not a hell of a lot. Oh right, we got your LRM in some kind of position. That Gale is still giving us problems. And the Lightwoods ain't great. We got 10s on that. You could help the Osal, but I think the Osal's got that. Pretty much we're looking at 10s all around. Unless, does a twist give you anything good against this Pegasus? No. Yeah, it's just 11s. All right, let's do. Yeah, you're gonna be. Well, okay, hang on. You got 9 against this guy, and it's the standard 10s, and you're looking at his back armor. I can't remember if vedettes have any weaker armor in the back. Uh, Actually, their weakest armor is on the sides. They're just as fine on the back. So, whatever. Just soften him up a bit. I think that this is your target, so Genie, open up with the medium lasers. Oh wait, how much can this thing fire? Heat 4, with our current heat buildup, probably if we want to get those LRM-10s firing, which we really don't care, the medium laser gives us more efficient damage. So let's just open with the medium laser, and then what else can we achieve? An LRM-10 without heating up too much, just fire off one of those. See if it actually manages to get through that strong gale. Very windy planet, this one. Storms, gales, shit all over the place. This place kind of sucks to live in. Ostsal. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Now, the big question is, can you do any weird, twisty shenanigan-y? You could split your fire like crazy, but I really don't think that's necessary, especially because your heat buildup really won't support it anyway. So let's just go ahead and fire a large laser, and ooh, right, heat's kind of built up a bit, but if we just go medium laser, and then another medium laser, you're still only built up 2, and that's some good shots on him. That'll soften him up for the kick. There we go. And lastly, our trebuchet. We had put it so that it got some good LRM-15 shots, which, you know, good enough for what this planet that we're working on. On the other hand, it's got some decent medium laser. Well, okay, no, some awful medium laser shots against this guy. Ugh. I don't know. This seemed better a moment ago. We could try to help out, throw a couple extra LRMs at this Pegasus. Yeah, 27% chance to hit. Could potentially pop it in case it manages to somehow survive through that first assault. LRM-15s are very good for just trying to proc crits. So, yeah, let's just see if the boss needs a little bit of help finishing that thing off before it causes any problems. Alright, we're done. Let's see how we do. Vedette misses, glad to see that. One of them manages to hit my trebuchet, but just strips a little bit of center torso armor. No armor, no big deal. Our friendly gets missed by a AC-5. Our friendly Phoenix Hawk is taken on that Pegasus, strips a little bit of armor, immobilizes it, so at this point, kind of hope that I don't explode the hell out of it. Stalker hits, stuns, and strips some armor, strips some armor, strips some armor, and manages to blow it up. Destroyed the right side, and thus critted the whole thing. That's okay. That's okay. Kill for him. XP is almost as good as money, right? Ostsal manages to stun the crew. They won't be firing back next turn. And manages to destroy their engine. Excellent work. Excellent work, Zero. That's 2 more that are effectively removed from the field. We only need to take out 1 more. We may we may mop this up before our reinforcements even arrive. Let's see here. Vedette with the AC-2 plunks a little on our Ostsal and machine guns a little, but resists it just fine. Miss, miss, miss. Glad to see that. Our LRM-15s missed entirely, but they weren't really necessary. And the friendly Griffin PPCs out and boils a little bit off of Vedette. Alright. Let's go ahead and... This thing is effectively done anyway. Really no point whatsoever in just kicking it. After all, that damage to the engine is potentially repairable, so that might be another pretty fresh tank that we can take home. Just leave things as it is. We've got most of the initiatives. We'll just have to, well, actually, most of those are in our reinforcements. Our Wolverine and our Stalker still have to move first. Before, well, some of the tanks. Not great, but I'll take it. Okay, looks a lot like the enemy's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, but that's kind of what it is right now. Where can you help to go take something out? Looks like this Griffin is just kind of tangoing with these Vedettes. That Phoenix Hawk probably has that one. And that guy is still freaking running to go turn off the stove. That'll be a little bit of repair work. What can I get you in range of easily? Probably with a little bit of flank movement, you can get within a nice range of this Vedette. Not quite into short range with everything, but that should allow you to savage it pretty nastily. On the other hand, if I moved you this way, it's not quite the same story for the AC2 Vedette. So yeah, let's go pick on this one. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yep, we just need to knock out one more. The Ostsal, this guy's already moved, and we know that they're weak on the side. So the question is, we could either come up on this one really slow, or we could try to charge for this one. Wouldn't be able to get in the kick, though. Yeah, I think that we're just going to accept that we'll be a pretty easy target so that we get a nice, stable weapon shot. Try to strip down his side armor, immobilize him, throw his track, and if nothing else, kick him to make sure that he stays right where he is. For the Dervish, I kind of want to do what I can to chase down those other mechs. Unfortunately, Jeannie's just not done much this match, and that's just because her mech just isn't really suited for dealing with gales. Damn winds. Fucking winds. At top speed, she could get into a position that would allow her to get some moderately good shots on that Vedette, but that's still going to be at +2 penalties, and it would be at long range for that. How close can you get? Like that close? Still at long range for your mediums. Your best bet would be to come down to the Vedette that, either this Vedette that's being bullied or this Vedette that's already being bullied. So which one's more likely to need help? Which one can you help with more? Moving a bit, you can get it into medium range and take one more step back. Ideal range for the LRMs and still medium range. Oh no, wait, no, that goes into long. Well, because of the penalties from the wind. Alternatively, you can move flat out and manage to get that Vedette into medium laser range and SRM2 range for all it's worth. Yeah, may as well. That seems like a good enough idea to me. Our allies are moving one of their mechs. Looks like Phoenix Hawk jumped behind that one that we're going to bully. Looks like this Griffin has exposed his rear to those Vedettes, but that's probably just because of how initiative worked out. For the Trebuchet, can you go chase down this one that's trying to flee? A little bit. A little bit. We'll go ahead and take that because the LRMs are already having problems. I want to get the best shot I can with those medium lasers. Ejected. Alright. Smoke this bad boy. Now, do I want to use the large lasers or the SRMs for this guy? Goodness gracious. The large lasers and the medium lasers. Just keep lasering, lasering, lasering. Over here, let's see here. Pretty much second verse, same as the first. That'll put me up to 11, 14, 17, so we'd be down to just one excess heat. As long as you keep your heat within the range of like 1 to 3, it doesn't matter whatsoever. So we'll just keep riding that heat chart. Oh, no, no, sorry. One large laser and two mediums, not two large laser, one medium. That would be much more heat. Not that that's probably hugely a deal, but doing just enough to put these guys down helps bring back some more salvage, you know? Although speaking of, we're about to probably do way more than this guy really deserves. Actually some good shots with the medium lasers, so let's just have you actually do some work here. SRM2's just not even worth firing. It's not worth the credits you'll expend. For you, though, best shot to chance to catch this guy is still going to be the medium lasers. So, plink away. See if any of those will hit. I'm not even going to bother overheating you. It's just not worth it. We only need to knock out one more enemy to win, so if we actually crit one of these guys, we're done. Osal takes an SRM2. We don't really care. Our Osal takes a machine gun. Still don't care. PPC manages to melt some off of Vedette. Excellent. We take some shots on the Stalker. That's okay. It would hit a still not vulnerable part. And our Stalker starts firing. We hit the Vedette, miss, unfortunately, but hit the Vedette and get into internals. That manages to make it go really slow. Not destroyed yet, but could be a conversion pretty easily. Over on the other side, the Osal manages to put some more movement point penalties onto the Vedette it's bullying. Lots of them, and looks like our ally manages to immobilize it. Yeah, I believe that's the one that the that Captain Koby was picking on. So that thing is immobile. That's going to be a win at the start of next turn. But it looks like, yeah, looks like we are good for this turn not ending yet. So we'll go ahead and take our kick, or at least double check this. Yeah, you can make that. You can make that easy. Crunch. We managed to make that SRM2 malfunction, so it's not going to go anywhere. And our ally manages to take a crunch on that Vedette. It's only got one internal structure. We may be able to convert multiple tanks this turn into salvage. Yep, we are good on heat. Yeah, I think that there's no way that our reinforcements are going to show up in time. We're going to be done. I'm willing to bet this turn. Fingers crossed. We might be able to. No reason to play it safe. We've always been a no nonsense, no gimmicks company. We've established ourselves as that. We're going to do what we can to complete our contract and go home. Our allies move. This Vedette is pretty much given up on life. Because it's given up on life, I think my plan is to go and try to... Let's see here. When does that guy move? That's actually important. I need to check tape for that. So that's got to be the last one that moves, and he'll go right after my Osal. So the Osal I can leave here to kind of keep bullying this Vedette. Then my Dervish and Trebuchet can go and try to catch that guy and add one more to my kill list. That's how I think I'm going to handle this. So since this Vedette was kind enough to stay parked, we'll stay parked right on top of it. Dervish, mostly we're going to be relying on your medium lasers. So just get me in, or hell, just, how good are you a pilot? 3-4. You're actually a pretty fantastic pilot. Let's get you up close and personal. Can we manage to get you on a side? Yeah, but not in a great manner. Can we get you on this side? Yeah, but not in a great manner. Can we, like, do that a little differently? No? Okay, we can't really get a good side kick, but we'll take what we can get. We'll kick it on the front. And our trebuchet will come in to be able to kick it on the side. Stalker. Stalker, stalker, stalker. Any chance you can get weapons on those guys down there? Just checking. No, no way in hell. Too slow. So, up here it is. You'll be at least able to put some fire down on both of these guys, probably focusing on this one, because I'm willing to bet that, well, between the two kicks, yeah, between the two kicks, this guy's probably toast. So, I don't know. You just may not need to fire much at all. Ah, what kind of talk is that? We'll fire everything. We'll split fire. Let's show off how cool he is. In fact, he is extra cool now that I think about it. If I remember correctly, he is a multitasker. He doesn't actually he ignores the first penalties for split fire. So yeah, we can just evenly split his fire between these two vedettes, help both sides out. And hell, maybe he'll even get a double kill steal. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, a vedette from the previous turn has abandoned. We are officially done. Let's see here. Who was it that just abandoned? One down here? Oh, I guess one that I was kind of standing on? Well, still, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're done here, but let's see how many more of them we can take with us. Hopefully, 2 more. So, for this, we're going to go ahead and overheat, because just why not? Well, the why not is take it more intact. But F it. It's just not worth a hell of a lot regardless. Besides, we need some glory every now and again in our lives. Give it both barrels, and then both underslung barrels. We'll overheat a bit, up to 7, but that's no risk. Over here, give it the lasers. Give it the lasers. Is it even worth it to try the SRM2? It's worth it to try the SRM2s. Give it the SRM2s. Overheat a bit, who cares? Not worth it for the LRM10s. Over here, give it the medium lasers. Laser, laser, laser. Over here, let's split fire. We've got a large laser going over here. Actually, let's just get everything perfect. We've got coming from the right torso and right arm a large laser. Oh, wait, hang on. That would go over here. Right torso fires the large laser, and then the right arm follows up with 2 mediums. And then he concentrates, and his left torso fires a large laser, and his left arm fires 2 mediums. Does he even have good SRM shots? Nah, not really worth it. Just the lasers for right now. Pew, pew, pew. So, enemy Vedette strips a little bit of extra armor off the Griffin, but the Griffin can hold. This is the benefit of sending actual medium mechs, you cheap fucks. Vedette strips a little more armor off of our Ostsol, including one off of its little arm shield. Vedette misses a Griffin, bet it feels ridiculous. Griffin manages to nail it with a PPC, but no significant crits. Phoenix Hawk, allied Phoenix Hawk, hits with a laser and halves one of the Vedette's drivings. We land a hit on the turret, and our Ostsol destroys the engine, and then destroys the whole thing. So, went a little overboard, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, just chalk it up. It's more salvage, it's more kills. Everyone loves that. Meanwhile, the Vedette fires at our Ostsol and strips a little more armor. Who cares? Over here, our dervish manages to land a couple of shots, lasers, on top of that vedette that it was chasing down, strip some armor, SRM2, pops, and our trebuchet actually comes in to immobilize it and leave it there. Oh, and our friend actually looks like, oh, and our stalker managed to also immobilize it. But first thing, I'm gonna go ahead and make a note of this real quick. Give that vedette to the pilot of the trebuchet if it doesn't end up getting destroyed. Because that was the vedette with AC2. And we just took our shots at that, and it's still around. And we just took our shots at the other guy, and he's already destroyed, but, you know, we insulted him. So, this guy is immobilized. Even though he hasn't officially abandoned it, he cannot flee, he is salvage. It's all over except for the crying. So that means the only things that are going to get away from this battle are these two over here that the Griffith was kind of blinking away with. And because of that, there's no reason to kick this poor sap. Oh, crud. Hang on, I might still be able to do that. Okay. There we go. So, slash victory. Um, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said earlier, this was a bit of seal clubbing. Not really a lot to talk about what we learned from this one, because what we learned was that a company of heavy mechs, reinforced by 2 medium mechs, and with reinforcements coming in the form of 3 medium mechs and a light, can take on 8 vehicles. 8 medium vehicles while we're at it. Or actually a mixture of mediums and lights. This wasn't going to be terribly impressive on our end regardless, but hey, you got to get the easy victories. Hell, one thing I didn't really show off is how PO'd our employers kind of are after the last 2 missions. We used to be at contract score 2. Now, unfortunately, we're down to contract score 0, because even though we won one of those last time, uh, and lost one of those last time, admittedly, they were so pissed off at all of the units that they were losing on the field. They lost a total of 4, but 2 of them were defectors, and the other 2 were defective. So I feel like I did them a favor. But the point is, we need the extra thing. We need the extra solid wins to help build that contract score back up. Let's take a quick look at the salvage we'll get off of this time, and then I'll conclude for the day. We did control the battlefield. We bring back everyone home. Our allies managed to take theirs home. I'm sure they're glad to see that. All of our dudes come home. What do we salvage? Yeah, these are the 2 that managed to get away. If I remember correctly, so crippled means that it's theoretically repairable. That Saladin is probably worth a fair amount. Yeah, looks like it. But the Pegasus and Vedettes this Vedette are just raw salvage. What I could do is take those guys and take the Saladin as something I can fix up into something really worthwhile. And for these, I'm pretty much going to be using them to avoid having to pay some armor costs, just stripping off their armor and turning it into more armor that I can put into my repair bay. The alternative, well, that's 142, 169, that comes to about 30k. And the only other thing around here that would be that is the one that got away. So yeah, that's worth more C bills of salvage overall. Once again, puts us over a percentage. I don't give a shit about that until the end. They can just suck it up. Is there a way to get any more out of that? Is it possible if I pick like one of these cheaper ones that got? Nah, so that's what we get away with. Unless maybe... No, no way. So yeah, that's the trick. We'll be able to repair up that Saladin. We'll be able to salvage off the armor on this one. And all of that will just go straight into our bins for armor that we will have to slap back onto our allies, onto us, because we just had it stripped off. Okay, so capturing is working. It's just pretty rare, as we did manage to capture someone in that Vedette. possibly part of the problem here is we don't currently have anyone that's doing enemy pickup because our Captain Koby, although he is a tactical genius and a fine leader, has no greater uh, strategic sense, and so he cannot deploy infantry units yet. We'll work on that. We'll get him up to that. But for right now, okay, so that's a lot more kills than I have down, but that is because there was a lot of abandons. So that one we destroyed. I do have this AC-2 one as belonging to the Trebuchet pilot, which was Corporal Luke Kelly. The Saladin was abandoned because of damage that was done to it by our Captain Koby. And the vedettes that were over there, it's kind of a split, but I think that it's easy to say one of them was to our OSAL pilot and the other one's to our, oh wait, no, the one that the OSAL was working on, it already destroyed, yeah, so, yeah, this was the one that was more in the south. One of those was destroyed by our allies, so that one pretty much belongs to them. For this other one, I honestly don't remember. I'm going to go ahead and give it to the lieutenant of the reinforcements. Just, they deserve to get something out of this. So, decent salvage, good mission, back on track. We've got a whole week to repair and get prepped for the next one. And I'll see you guys next week.